In the remote village of Timbervale, where the fog lingers perpetually and the silence is almost deafening, the inhabitants lived with a peculiar mixture of dread and fascination. It was a place that seemed paused in time, enshrouded by dense forests and shadowed by ancient tales. According to the whisperings of the oldest villagers, there was a figure that emerged from the depths of the forest every 15 years. A disturbing combination of human and inhuman traits, the Wendigo was said to appear just before the full moon reached its zenith, sending chills down the spines of even the bravest souls. No one knew what it wanted or where it came from. The creature's appearance was unlike any other. A lurid yellow face with eyes that seemed lost in some otherworldly trance, flame-colored hair flowing wildly, and long, spindly arms that reached out grotesquely. Its torso was robust, almost human-like, yet it floated above the ground as if tethered by some unseen force. Its most unsettling feature, however, was the eerie crescent-shaped smile, as if it were frozen in eternal mockery of anything and everything. The villagers spoke of it as an entity that could manipulate reality, bending time and space to its will. Stories circulated about time gaps, odd disappearances, and creatures turning up days later with no memory of where they had been or what they had done. Despite such dark warnings, curiosity had a way of beckoning some toward their doom. One such soul was a young woman named Elara. Intrigued by the legend and drawn to the mystery that cloaked the village, she found herself unable to resist the pull. As the fated evening approached, Elara ventured closer to the forest's edge, shrouded in the creeping twilight and the unsettling quiet of her surroundings. Just as she stepped into the murky boundary between reality and the unknown, an icy chill ran down her spine. Before her loomed the Wendigo of the woods, exactly as described in the tales, floating effortlessly, its face locked in that uncanny smile. Elara felt paralyzed, a sense of wrongness so potent that it seemed to alter the very air around her. The Wendigo moved forward, arms outstretched, and Elara braced herself, feeling an overwhelming compulsion pulling her forward. Suddenly, the creature paused, its head tilting as if listening to some invisible whisper. The golden orbs suspended around it began to shimmer, scattering faint light around them. In that moment, Elara saw a fleeting image of another place, a serene glade untouched by the passage of time. She didn't understand why, but it offered a sense of solace, a stark contrast to the terror she felt. Then, with a swiftness that defied reason, the Wendigo turned and retreated back into the depths of the forest, dissolving into the mist from whence it came. Elara collapsed to her knees, her breath ragged and her heart pounding. The forest seemed to release its grip, the air easing, the oppression lifting. She didn't know why she had been spared or what the vision meant, but she felt profoundly changed. With trembling legs, she made her way back to the village, carrying an unspoken understanding that some mysteries were better left undisturbed. In the days that followed, Elara found herself more attuned to the rhythms of life around her. The village returned to its mundane routine, the story of the Wendigo fading once more into the background whispers of Timbervale. Though the memory of the teary smile lingered, Elara chose to focus on the glimpses of peace she had been shown, embracing the normalcy that life graciously offered her.